So guys, now that spring is here, I thought this would be the perfect time to film this spring inspired glowy makeup tutorial. In the spring, I prefer more effortless eyeshadow and more dewy foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and begin by applying my moisturizer of choice. That's going to be the Pond's Cold Cream. It's a moisturizer slash makeup remover, and it is absolutely amazing, super affordable, and multi-use. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over my face because you always want to have moisturized skin no matter what season it is. And this is just going to make sure that my skin is looking its best before I apply any product to it. And then I already primed my eyes with the MAC Studio Finish Concealer, and I'm going to begin by applying the shade Rule. I'm going to use that as my transition color, and I'm just going to use a large fluffy brush to dust that into my crease. I have it sped up, but you want to take your time and make sure it's blended out. The next shade that I'm going to use is also by MAC, and that is going to be Brown Script. If you guys will notice, I did use a smaller brush because this color is a lot deeper, and when you're working with deeper colors, you want more control, so you'll use a smaller brush. I don't want to apply too much of this color at once because then it'll be harder to blend out. So I'm just applying it sparingly, and I'm just dusting it into my crease. And I'm also going to apply that color on my eyelid. Like I said, super easy, effortless looks for spring. That's always been a trend of mine. So I'm going to apply that all over my eyelid, just patting it on. And next I'm going to go ahead and use a eyeliner pencil to tight line my eyes as well as line my waterline. So the pencil that I'm going to be using is the Urban Decay Velvet 24/7 pencil, something like that. And I'm kind of going to be using it as a base because I am going to smoke out this lower lash line once I'm finished. But I'm just going to go ahead and line my lower lash line and tight line, as I said earlier. Since I decided not to do any winged eyeliner or anything, I decided to instead smoke out my lower lash line just to add a little bit more drama. I don't really like leaving it bare. So I'm going to use a flat top brush, and I'm going to use the eyeshadow in the shade Brown Script again. And I'm just going to smoke out my lower lash line. It kind of gives the illusion of more lashes as well. If you decide not to, you know, apply bottom lashes, which I usually don't, it kind of, the darkness kind of gives the appearance of longer or more lashes. I really hope that didn't sound crazy, but what you see me doing here is just dusting any extra color, you know, blending out. And next I'm going to take a highlight shade, and that is in the color Rice Paper. It's my absolute favorite highlighter for my eyes, and I've been doing this a lot lately, even though this little inner corner of my eye is not my favorite feature, but I've been highlighting it anyway. So I'm just going to use a detail brush and highlight my inner corner of my eye. Then I realized that it wasn't working because it wasn't wet, so we can just pretend like I started this way, like I should have in the first place. You guys could definitely skip the first step and go ahead and do it the right way. I'm just going to apply that color in my inner corner, and then I'm going to begin color correcting as per usual. You know, you color correct with a corally shade to mute out any darkness, so you can use it for pimple scarring, hyperpigmentation, bruising, anything like that works best. The warm coral or the pinkish looking shade works better on women of color, and I know women with more fair skin, they use a green color correcting shade as well. And I've been loving this Revlon Color Stay foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and mix that with my Smashbox BB cream, or BB water should I say, because I do not want this to go to waste. This was not cheap and I refuse to throw it away. So I've just been doing my best to kind of incorporate it to a lot of my makeup looks because I want to use this product up. Like I said, it was not cheap and I do not like throwing away money. So I'm going to take a large stippling brush and I'm just going to apply my foundation all over my face. I usually do it in sections so I can blend out one section and then I move to the next section. That way I make sure everything is blended and I don't have any streakiness in my foundation, because that has happened before and on a bad day it still does. I'm no expert, I'm just kind of trying to share my information with you guys. So I'm just going to blend that foundation in as well as I can. And if you guys can notice, this foundation does have a lot of dewiness to it, which is what I was speaking about earlier in comparison to more of my matte foundations. And I've really been loving dewy foundation lately for some reason. I have no idea why. It's really not my style. I have oily combination skin, but for the most part, I can keep my oil under control. So I'm just going to use a different brush, and I'm just going to make sure everything is blended. And I went back into my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit to highlight, and I've never actually used it for anything besides color correcting. So I was actually pleasantly surprised by the highlighting and the contouring shades in this palette. I'm going to do some very slight highlighting and very, very, very faint contouring because I didn't actually want to add any bronzer, but I felt like I didn't want my face to be, you know, one-dimensional, so I went ahead and did that as well. But I'm just going to take my Real Techniques sponge and I'm just going to blend out that highlight shade. Like I said, it was definitely a pleasant surprise to see that this color didn't actually look bad on me. I was very surprised. I don't know if I would use it again just because I don't want to test my luck, but so far I really like the way that it came out for my first time experience. I think I'll be fine as long as I don't use too much of it. So the next step is me applying my Colourpop Super Shock Cheek or something like that. It's basically a highlighter, and I apply it with my fingers because that's the best way to apply it. It's really hard to apply it with a brush, but I did it very lightly and sparingly. I wanted my face to look almost like I didn't have on any foundation, so I didn't really want to go for that like overly highlighted look because I want everything to kind of come together and look more natural than anything. So I just applied that color, and now I'm going on to my lip color, and this has been my favorite lip pencil, also from Colourpop, and this is the lip pencil Taurus, and it's a really pretty brown color. I actually still wish they had like a even deeper brown because I've been looking for a perfect, you know, brown liner. And today I used this Milani lipstick. It smells so good, and I think it's in the color Fruit Punch, and I just basically, you know, applied it all over my lips as usual, and then I apply a clear gloss over it. Usually I'm not into the color on my lips. It's either a dark color or it's a nude, but I've been reaching for this color a lot lately. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because I enjoyed filming it. If you guys are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can be notified the next time I upload. And thank you guys for watching.